We're on? I'm trying to get this shit to go over here.
Give me this shit. Talk to people. I'll do your
Good morning. Today is the 17th, right?
shit phone having.
This. Don't make me laugh, man.
Why?
It's the 17th. It's a Wednesday here in Detroit. Very sunny. It's supposed to be get it hot later on, but it's not hot right now. It's nice and mild. What did you do?
Huh.
You built something out there. Where did you build that?
What? Hold on, I'm gonna have to hook up the fucking phone. It's not loud enough.
Just turn it over the side.
Nah, I meant
Oh.
it's not hearing us enough.
Ah.
So I have to hook up the. But what are you talking about? That's my fucking chicken coop I've had out there for. It's been a year now. Last year.
That was out there last summer?
Well, it wasn't out there.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
It was
You
way.
moved it.
It was way closer. It was over here.
Right.
And then I extended it out there so I could actually get some plants in it.
When I sell my house and I get another crib, I'm gonna raise chickens.
Chickens, huh? Somebody just told me they had chickens they were looking to get rid of too.
Yeah, I'm gonna raise chickens. I'm gonna try to raise chickens. I'll put it that way.
Hello, Uncle Dean. They're like
Dean.
They have too many. They're only allowed to have so many, so they got like 2 extras, and they want to make sure.
Where do they live?
Warren,
How many can they have?
3, I think.
That's all?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all. I'm not raising chickens. I thought
That's
raised
Warren.
chickens. Yeah, I know, but I don't know what Detroit laws are. I gotta check on that and find out.
Yeah.
But because I want to have at least 12 chickens. You get 12 chickens giving you 2 eggs a day. That's 2 dozen, right?
It's a lot of chickens.
12 chickens ain't that many.
If you say so.
But you're gonna need a really. You have to build a really nice chicken coop.
Yeah, there'll be just shit that'll eat them bitches.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to worry about coyotes and shit like that, but there are predators, winged predators, and cats.
Cats will fuck.
Oh no, a chicken will fuck a cat up. Oh yeah.
It will.
Let me
but
tell you
at the same
something.
time, cat can fuck up a chicken.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, he can. But let me tell you something. My relatives down in Virginia raised chickens. And the chickens would actually live like under their house. They had like a little area under their house.
Mm-hmm.
And those chickens, the roosters, they don't play, dude. A rooster will attack a cat, a dog,
Well, yeah.
a man.
Yeah, I mean, it's a rooster. It's different.
Yeah, they can fight.
I'm so fucking depressed.
You?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
The fucking Pistons got the 5th pick.
Oh my God.
They were the worst team in the league by a mile. They won 17 fucking games, and for the 2nd year in a row,
They got
the
fucked.
best odds to get the number 1 pick,
And they didn't get it.
and they got the worst fucking thing they could get.
Is that the lottery?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Like, lottery, the Red Wings got fucked.
Yep, I remember that one too. That was last year, wasn't it, or year
No,
before?
it was a couple years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah, they were fucking the worst team in hockey by a fucking mile. And they're like, we got 3 generational talents. We're going to make sure you get the 4th pick. Last year, 4 fucking generational talents, they thought. 4. We're like, okay, cool. All we got to do is be in that top 4 and we can get one of them. No, we get 5. Luckily, the guy fell to us that we wanted. But it was almost like a big fuck you. Now there's only 3. There's 1 generational talent, 1 that's probably going to be a generational talent, and the other one that could be on that level. It could be like a really good draft. But the reality is it's probably just going to be the 1.
So what did Detroit got, number 4?
5.
5.
So, even then, again, another year where you have the best guy in the league talking. Like, I just heard a dude say that they're talking by year 3, he could be the best player in the fucking league. That's insane for a player to do that. There's not many players that do that.
Yeah.
Right? So you got him. Then you got this dude who's a dog. He's like this, he's known as like...
What is his name?
Scoot. He's a little short. He's like 6'2", but he's huge. He's like 6'2", 240.
Ooh,
But 240
little
like
refrigerator.
like fucking just looks like a football player.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But he's quick. He's working with Stephen Curry. He's like a dog that wants to always be better, wants to win everything, and is mad that he's not the number one pick. So he's going to use that as motivation. Then you have this dude who's a 6'9" dude who can dribble like a point guard. He can fucking possibly shoot lights out. Obviously that's, who knows. With the NBA, because anything can happen.
That's Detroit, though. That's Detroit luck.
Well, then they get the fourth. The fourth dude is another one. Like, if we get 4, okay, we get this one guy who could be a generational talent because his athleticism is, he's 6'7", and he can jump like 50 inches almost. Like, he's super athletic and big wingspan. Nope, we get the 5th pick. So our choice is a bunch of busted.
Literally out of the running, yeah.
Well, a bunch of dudes. Like, there's gonna be a guy in the next probably 10, 15 picks that'll be like not generational, but he'll be what you need.
Good, yeah.
Because we need a 3rd star to really kind of cement the future. But it's the gamble is so much more when you get to 5.
So did they pick a new manager? A new coach for?
No, they haven't. They were waiting for this. They were hoping that if they got Wemby, it would entice better coaches
to come. Yeah,
but they didn't get Wemby. They got the worst fucking position they can get. So now we're gonna get the worst option of coach we could have got in the first place. It's like
life in the big city.
No, it's dumb. The NBA feels rigged. It's not. I know it's not. I know they get another company to do it, but the fucking way they do it is fucking stupid. They literally should just give. Okay,
the worst team should.
If you want to do a lottery, then you do it with the 4 worst teams in the league. Period.
Instead of everybody.
Instead of 12.
Yeah.
Because again, they're trying to stop tanking, but the reality is one of the teams that tanked, that literally was winning and then was like, fuck it, we're going to stop 3/4 of the way through the season. The thing they're trying to stop is the 3rd pick. So it's like you're not actually stopping what's happening. You're just hurting the teams that are bad, that need that new fucking capital, that the draft is supposedly supposed to be for, because the reality is you shouldn't have a draft in the first place. To literally tell these kids, hey, you don't have a choice where you're going to go. We're going to force you to go where we want you to go. We're rich dudes, and we can tell you where we want. Like, look at soccer, for example. I know that these fucking teams don't want competition, but soccer in other countries, they literally will scout you.
Yeah.
When you're fucking 12. And they will fucking do whatever they can. Messi was at a team when he was like 15.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not
saying
some
of the greatest players were teenagers when they went to professional leagues.
Yeah, and they got paid big money. And I'm not saying that's what should happen, but I'm saying the kids should definitely have more choice than they do now. Like
it'll probably change later on.
No, it won't. The draft is reminiscence of the old days. They're never going to get rid of it. It's part of the whole thing. Again, it's the owners wanting to have more control over the players.
Yeah.
It's that whole situation. The reality is the owners are nothing without the players, and the players are nothing without the owners. So it's like you got to have both, but you don't, because if you don't have the players, you don't have a fucking league. If the players suck ass and decide that, or the players are like, fuck it, we don't want to deal with you, we're just going to go to the Euro Basketball League and play over there.
You're talking about a basketball player. He's supposed to be real short. Dang, I can't remember his name. They had him on YouTube. This guy is like you remember Spud Webb?
Yeah.
He's a little like him.
Is it a white guy?
He's a real light skin.
No, there's a white kid that's like,
and this
6 foot or 5.
Oh, this dude is short.
Yeah.
But he could go up.
I think I've seen him. He's like 5'7" or something like that. And he was lifting up his hand, and then he did a standstill jump and dunked it.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And he was blocking shots. I was like, look at this guy. I think he's playing either China or Korea.
Maybe.
It's one or the other.
Because again, the talent levels over there is not the same as the NBA.
No.
The best players in the world play in the NBA. But
when my friend E.T., he played for New York Knickerbockers, I believe. Isn't there a team called New York Knickerbockers? New York Knicks.
You're fucking old.
Right?
Yes, it's the New York Knicks.
I had a friend. He went to Mumford with me. He became a professional basketball player.
In the 70s.
Yeah.
So
late 70s.
Okay, so he wasn't on the championship team. Because they won the championship in 73.
I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know. He might have been.
How old would you have been in 73?
I don't know, man. But this guy, he played professionally here.
What year? You
And
were
then-
42? 48?
Huh?
What year?
48. And then he played on the off seasons. He went over to Italy. To
Oh, he
play.
definitely could have been on that fucking
He might have been.
championship team.
He might have been.
Yeah.
Because everybody knew him. Even the football. I knew a couple of professional football players I went to school with. They even knew him. So he was real, popular. We called him E.T. Eddie something. Was it Eddie Turner? I believe his name was Eddie Turner. But, man, this guy, he went over to... He couldn't make money over here anymore. So he went to Italy. And I think he wasn't knocking down a lot. I think he was knocking down maybe $200,000 a year.
It's still fucking life-changing money.
Oh yeah. I mean, he had whatever he wanted to have. He had all kinds of, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know. But I don't know. It's frustrating.
But I was his bodyguard for a summer. Back when I used to do a lot of security work, he wanted me to be his bodyguard when he went out on the weekends. So I did that for about 3 months because I kept him balanced because he drank too much, and he get kind of wild. So he said, "Rudy, you gotta keep me under control, no matter what I say, even if I cuss at you. Don't let me do it if I'm doing something wrong." I said, "Okay."
Jesus.
Yeah, because he was a motherfucker, man.
How tall was he?
I say he was about maybe 6'3" or 6'4".
What are you, 6'1"?
Yeah,
Yeah. So Justin's height.
yeah.
Yeah. Again, in today's modern NBA, that's fucking. You see them guys running out there that are like that tall, and you're like, holy shit, there's a midget out there.
Yeah, they're short compared to these 7-footers and
Well, they're all fucking
6'11" and
yeah, they're all
yeah.
you got like that's the thing. The third dude that could be the third best dude, he's 6'9". Like he's perfect height for what we need. He's exactly the piece we needed to kind of hopefully build a because again, it's still a crap.
Oh, so this has turned into a smoke jam.
No,
Yeah,
I told you I was just depressed about it.
Yo, don't be. Why would you get depressed about that? Come on.
Hold
man.
on a second. You gotta understand something. When I say that, I don't mean it in the sense of
Okay.
I'm going to be super sad.
Yeah.
I'm still frustrated.
You were
and
hopeful.
Super angry about it.
Yeah.
Because yes, I was super hopeful that again, it's not, if we'd have got the third pick or even the fourth pick, I'd have been like, okay, fine. I can deal with that. But to pop us at 5 again is just what frustrates me.
But you know what I think, and I'm not an aficionado on basketball, but I think we get a good coach in here, a guy that really knows
But
how
do
to
you
work
get a
with
good
young
coach?
guys.
I know, but that's the thing about that situation that they have now with the coaches that they're looking at. It's the same as the draft. Coaches are the same thing when they're young. If they have a track record, they have a track record. Like, there's a couple guys out there that have track records, but they don't have a chance to get them because there's too many other teams.
Detroit has made bad choices for coaches. The Pistons
Well, again, it's a
in the
crapshoot.
last 10 or 15 years.
Yes, before Weaver got in there. Because, again, it's a whole new regime.
Yeah.
Before he took over, it was like bad choices after bad choices. And now he's trying to rebuild the whole system. And when you're trying to pick a coach that's never worked before like that,
Yeah.
it's the same as a draft. You either get the guy that works or you get the guy that doesn't.
Yeah.
And most dudes don't. Most guys don't. Especially their first time. Most coaches don't win in their first go-round. Most of them lose, go to another team, and figure it out from there.
Yeah. I know when we had that, I couldn't figure out why they got that, who was his name? Gundy. He was horrible.
Stan Van Gundy. Because he had a track record.
Well, he had a track record, but he was horrible here.
I know. And a lot of that had to do with his track record was in places where, for one, he was in Orlando.
He had more talent.
No. It's easier to get fucking free agents to go to Orlando than it is Detroit.
Yeah.
There's two reasons. There's the money, because the money's different there, because you don't get fucking income taxed, state income tax.
Right, in Florida.
In Florida. And on top of that, it's better fucking weather.
Yeah.
If you're going to have a fucking $1 million house.
My friend E.T. told me, he said, it's never about weather, Rudy. They say that shit, but he says, these guys make so much, money.
Yeah, I know. They can
It's
go
really
anywhere they
not
want.
about the
No,
weather.
it's the money. That's why
He
Florida.
said a lot of those guys go to Aspen to party. They go up in the mountains and
Yeah.
ski. So it's not about the weather. He told me that.
Well,
He says it's about the money.
it is. It is because Texas and Florida both
Yeah.
have no taxes, so it's easier.
Man, they say, oh, Florida's in trouble. And they say Texas is too.
For what?
Migrant workers, they left Florida fields with grapes and all that shit. Ain't nobody picking them. Because of the laws that a DeSantis made in Florida, immigration law.
Made it harder for.
Man, they're leaving in droves. They say they can't find workers. They can't find workers. He done really fucked
They don't
up.
pay enough.
And they said Texas is next. Well, it's the immigrant. He passed these immigration laws in Florida that are really strict. And if they get caught, they go to jail for 5 years or crazy shit like that.
Really?
So they said when he passed that law, they said within a week they couldn't find help.
I don't understand the us versus them mentality that they have.
I know, man.
It's so frustrating. You know
Well,
they're
you know-
humans, right? You know they're just people.
No, they're not. No, see, that's where we make the mistake. Mistake of thinking that they think like that. They don't think like that.
I know. I don't understand how they don't. I don't understand.
It all
I get it.
boils down to two things.
Being born on third base, you're probably gonna think like that.
All boils down to two things: heritage and money.
Well, obviously you have to have. You're dealing with the people who are gonna teach you. Like your parents are definitely a big. Most of the time.
Yeah, but your parents don't even know. Your parents don't. My parents didn't know diddly shit about politics.
That's
and
not
the way-
what I mean.
And the way
I
things
just
work.
mean most racism and things of that nature are in elitism,
Yeah,
whatever you want to call it.
right. Elitism.
Is
That's-
passed on from one generation to the next.
Yes.
And it's usually not the generation that made it, it's a generation that benefited from it,
And-
which is producing another generation that's benefiting from it.
And if the newer generation wanted to change things, it's still hard because most of them don't want it changed. They want to stay the same. You know,
the people, again, it's half the people don't know the truth about how the world really is.
yeah, we were talking about
They
that.
have one belief or one way or the other. They only see one view.
See, it's happiness or sadness. It's just like you talking about. Well,
Fear.
you weren't really depressed about it, but it bothered you. You know, we got so many things. We're distracted by so many different things in life that it's hard to concentrate on one fucking thing. It really is.
It's not a book. I think that's part of the problem. People are they're not seeing the big picture and they're focusing on themselves.
Well, most of them can't see the big picture
Yeah, because the only thing they can think about is themselves.
or survival.
Because
It might just be survival.
I
for a
believe
lot of people.
DeSantis is the way he is because he really has no talent.
None.
He has
He has
no
no talent,
real ability to do
No
anything.
forethought. No far
No,
thought.
he's
None
just
of
a
that.
fucking spoiled brat that's literally never had to work a day
Never
in
had
his
to
life.
work. Yeah, never had to work hard. let's
Hard.
put it that way.
Again, he went to school. He passed his classes, but
And he had probably the best tutors. If it was something he was lacking in, you know what I mean?
yeah, and even if he didn't pass his classes, his parents probably
Right.
paid for him to get passed anyway.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, he's an
We-
immigrant. Shit, some bullshit like it's like nah. This dude's some rich kid
Yeah.
that doesn't. We're the same fucking age. He obviously didn't come anywhere close from the world I came from.
not at all.
You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
Because there's no way you can think the way he does.
Well, there's no way you can become governor without long money. You can't become governor
Yeah,
unless
that's true.
your family got long money.
Yeah, politics is
That's the
just
problem with
basically-
politics in this
yeah.
country. They lied to us when we were young. I remember telling me, and I really was stupid. Yeah, you know, anybody can be president in the United States. Really? Yeah, anybody. I'm young. Wow. So I could be president one day? No, motherfucker. You can't.
I never thought I could be president. I knew they were different. They act different.
Well,
How did people not see them as like they literally look at you as if you're a different human being?
because they go to church, they lie about their family and their relationships, they're cheating on their wives. I mean, these are the worst of the worst. They really are. You know, it's just like when I lived in Washington, D.C., My girlfriend worked at the time. My girlfriend worked at a nightclub where all the senators and diplomats, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because it was really expensive to go to this club, so riffraff wouldn't be in there. I think champagne bottle was 250 for a champagne
Yeah,
bottle.
they
They
priced
had
everyone
private
out.
rooms.
Yeah, yeah. You couldn't walk in unless you had a suit on or
Man,
something.
a lot of the people that were congressmen and senators back then, my girlfriend knew him. I said, "Well, how you know him?" "Oh, he comes to the bar all the time. He has a private area that he goes to." She started telling me shit. It was blowing my mind. All those guys are perverts and sex deviants and shit.
Well, I mean,
But they'll tell you it's like Trump. I mean, Trump has these deeply religious, mostly Southern people in the palm of his hand. But all of the bad shit he's done, either they don't believe it or they just,
they didn't hear it.
I think they've heard it.
Oh, they've heard it. They just don't hear
They
it.
don't, right, they don't really hear it.
Yeah, they don't want to know what it.
Mm-mm.
The dude. I mean,
And they put so much of their time and
but it's not
spirit
just
into
him,
it.
dude. There's there's smart people I know that are the same fucking way. People with actual intelligence that have real
Yeah.
brains that are like, this dude is a businessman, and it's like, no, he's not. I could tell that just by 5 minutes of fucking commercials on fucking
They have a
stupid
facade.
show or whatever.
They have a facade. Some of them are really good at the facade. It's just like being an actor. It's just the same thing as being an actor.
I mean, to be honest with you, it's the same. It's the weird thing about humans is the best humans are the ones that don't say anything, and the worst humans are always the ones that tell you they're the best.
Yep, they're the best. I can
And
do this.
Our
I can
system's
do
set
that.
up for people who poppycock.
Our system is so fucked up.
You have to be the person that's telling everyone you're the best. Like, I'm trying to get this pizza thing off the ground, and it's like, in order to do that, I literally have to tell everyone it's the best in the world. And again, you're talking about a fucking thing that's an opinion.
I know.
I can't tell you if it's the best for you.
Yeah, but
I know it's good.
and that's all you go by. You make a great
I know.
pizza.
But the problem
And-
is you have to be way more assertive in the sense of,
Well, pushing yourself
yeah.
and your product, and you do.
Yeah.
But you can do it in a quiet way, where
A
it's
humble
not.
way is the way I'm trying
Yeah,
to figure
that's
out
what
how
I'm.
to do it.
That's a better word. Yeah, you can do it in a humble way. You just gotta start doing it
Oh, I am.
and do it your way.
I got one sold to one girl that I know, this disc golfer, and then my buddy did disc golfers, got 3 for his office and 1 for him.
Good. That's how you get started.
I know, and I'm gonna start freezing them so I can fucking like
Yeah.
take it home.
Yeah.
$10, take it home, put it in the oven, cook
Yeah.
it, whatever. Try to figure out. I mean, but it's in order to, because it takes up so much space. In order to do that,
Did you want anything from the store?
no, I'm good, babe. I'd have to buy a fucking fridge.
Yeah, a freezer,
No, a
a
fridge.
fridge. Yeah,
Yeah, because freezing the pizzas, I can fit them in there. We don't have a lot of stuff in there.
gotcha.
But it's more about the storing the dough for 3 days. Because I could do 6 pizzas a day, but that means I'd have to have enough space for 7 doughs. Or 6 doughs, or however many days I do it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that many doughs, like downstairs.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be set up on that. So, and on top of that, the space for the cheese. Because there's a lot of fucking cheese.
a lot of cheese.
You know, a lot of sauce, cans.
Yeah, you have to have a storeroom.
I know.
Literally.
How do I get into a building is the question. I need to figure out how to get into a building so I can actually, because I can use the frame to practice to maybe do a thing there, which is fine. That's a good idea. But I have to either get them to buy the pans, and then I lose. Then that's what I'm working for, is working for my pans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I don't know if their system. I don't know if I could get into a building tomorrow and give away 100 free pizzas. I'd build a following just like that. I think
Mhm.
it's just a
it
matter
would,
of.
it would start. Yeah,
finding a place where I can set up a fucking 5 coolers and a fucking
Yeah.
oven.
It'll come. You'll find it.
Yeah, maybe.
Ain't no maybe, dude.
Oh, sorry, Vision. Didn't mean to kick you in the face.